Good morning, friends. For our activity today, you will need to find your whiteboard or the white paper inside the plastic sleeve. That's your whiteboard. You will need your marker and your eraser. Remember, I sent out some socks, some old socks that you can use as an eraser. You could also use your notebook for this, or you could use your purple journal. All right, you can use any of those items for this activity. So you may go find those right now and then restart the video. So we're going to start with some words this week. One of our words is challenge. A challenge is when you're going to do something that has you do a little bit of hard work and maybe a little bit of effort. So this little girl finds it a challenge to learn how to play the violin. She has to put some work into it. Remember, sometimes I say, give yourself a challenge when you're writing sentences, right? Another word we're going to be talking about is precipitation. Look at that word. It's really, really long. Precipitation is things that are coming out of the sky, like rain and snow and sleet and hail, something that falls to the ground out of the sky. Yesterday, maybe you had a little bit of rain or sleet at your house. I had some here at my house yesterday. So we're going to read this story called Bringing Down the Moon. This is a wonderful story. You're going to love this one. Bringing Down the Moon, written by Jonathan Emmett and illustrated by Vanessa Caban. Hot diggity, exclaimed Mole as he burrowed out of the ground one night. Whatever's that? The moon was hanging in the sky above him like a bright silver coin. Mole thought that it was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. Whatever it is, I must have it, Mole said to himself. I know, I'll jump up and pull it down. Thump, thump. Thumpity bump. Mole was so busy jumping he didn't think about the noise he was making, and he woke up Rabbit in her burrow. Mole, said Rabbit, what on earth do you think you're doing? Hello, Rabbit, said Mole. I'm trying to pull down that shiny thing. You mean the moon? Asked Rabbit. So that's what it's called, said Mole. You'll never do that, said Rabbit. It's not as close as it looks. But Mole would not give up. I know, he thought, I'll get a stick and poke it down. He found a long stick and poked it up at the moon. Swish, swish, swishity, swish. Mole was so busy poking that he tripped over Hedgehog in his bed of leaves. Mole, grumbled Hedgehog, what are you up to? Hello, Hedgehog, said Mole. I'm trying to poke down the moon. You'll never do that, said Hedgehog. It's not as close as it looks. But Mole would not give up. I know, he thought, I'll throw something at it and knock it down. He found some acorns and threw them at the moon. Plink, plink, plinkety plink. Ouch, said Squirrel. Mole, have you gone nuts? Hello, Squirrel, said Mole. I'm trying to knock down the moon. You'll never do that, said Squirrel. It's not as close as it looks. But Mole wanted the moon so badly he would not give up. I know, he thought. I'll climb a tree and carry it down. Mole had never climbed a tree before. It was hard work, and he was scared to be so far from the ground. But he kept on going until he saw the moon resting in the leaves above him. Mole stretched out his paws, but just when he thought he had the moon, he slipped. Oh, eek, ouch, oh! Mole tumbled down and landed splash in the middle of a puddle. Hot diggity drat, thought Mole. I almost had it that time. Then he noticed something floating in the puddle beside him. It was pale and wrinkled, but Mole recognized it at once. The moon, whispered Mole. It must have fallen down with me. He reached out to pick up the moon, but as soon as he touched it, it broke into pieces and vanished. Mole sat in the puddle and cried. Rabbit, Hedgehog, and Squirrel came running up. Are you all right, Mole? Asked Rabbit. I'm all right, sobbed Mole, but the moon isn't. I pulled it down, and then I broke it, and it was so beautiful, and now I'll never see it again. Oh, Mole, said Rabbit, you couldn't have pulled down the moon. And you couldn't have broken it, said Hedgehog. And you'll certainly see it again, said Squirrel. Look! High up in the sky above them, the moon was coming out from behind a cloud. Oh, whispered Mole, and it's just as beautiful as ever. Mole, Rabbit, Hedgehog, and Squirrel stood and stared up at the moon together. It is beautiful, said Rabbit. Very beautiful, said Hedgehog. Very beautiful indeed, said Squirrel. Yes, said Mole, but it's not as close as it looks. The end. All right, friends. Now, I asked you to get your whiteboard and your marker and your eraser or your notebook or your purple journal. Now we are about to use those things. So I'm going to show you some cards here. Take a look. We have a girl, a goat, a gorilla, and a guitar. What letter do those words start with? Yes, they start with that letter G. On your whiteboard, let's write letter G. For the uppercase, we start at the top, we go all the way around, and we put a gate on it. For lowercase g, we make a C, go down and put a hook on it. Make 3 uppercase G's. Now make 3 lowercase g's. Good job, friends. The next one, I have these cards: umbrella, umpire, under, undershirt, up. What letter do those words start with? Yes, they start with a U for Let's make an uppercase U. I start at the top, go down, scoop it back up, and come down. Let's make 3 of those uppercase U's. Start at the top, scoop it back up, and go down. Start at the top, scoop it back up, and go down. Lowercase u is the same except a little bit smaller. We start at the top, go down, scoop it up, and come down. Let's make 2 more. Start at the top, go down, scoop it up, and come down. Start at the top, scoop it up, and come down. Let's check out our next letter. Here are our pictures. We have water, watermelon, web, and whale. What letter do those start with? Yes, W. When I make uppercase W, I start at the top, go down, go back up, down, and up. Let's make 2 more. Start at the top, go down, go up, down, and up again. Let's make a lowercase w. Let's make 1 more uppercase W. And then our lowercase w is the same except a little smaller. We start at the top, go down, up, down, up. Make 2 more. Start at the top, down, up, down, up. 1 more. Start at the top, go down, up, down, up. Wonderful job. Our next pictures, let's check them out. We have a jacket, a jar, a jet, and jewelry. What letters do those start with? Yes, letter J. When I make J, I start at the top, go down and put a hook on it. Then I can put a cap on the top. Start at the top, go down, put a hook on it, and put a cap at the top. Start at the top, go down, put a hook on it, and put a cap at the top. Our lowercase j, we start at the top, go down, put a hook on it, and then we put a dot on the top. Start at the top, go down, put a hook on it, and put a dot at the top. Start at the top, go down, put a hook on it, and put a dot at the top. Good work, friends. You are amazing. Let's see what the next letter might be. We have butter, bus, boy, bowl. What letter do those start with? Yes, B for B. Uppercase B, we start at the top, go down, and put 2 bellies on our uppercase B. Let's make 2 more. Start at the top, go down, put 2 bellies on your B. Start at the top, go down, back to the top, put on 2 bellies. Now lowercase b, let's be careful. Remember, when we make lowercase b, we say, start at the top, we go down, stick, bump, B. Stick, bump, B. Stick, bump, B. There is our letter B. B, B, B. Our next pictures. Let's see. We have an ox, an olive, an ostrich, and an otter. All right, here's our uppercase O, ah. Uppercase O, we start at the top and go all the way around. Lowercase o is the same thing except smaller. Start at the top and go all the way around. O, letter O says ah. Our next letter, friends. Here are our pictures. We have vegetables, a vest, a vine, and a violin, and a volcano. Yes, that is letter V. Letter V, we start at the top, go down, and come back up. Start at the top, go down, back up. Start at the top, go down, back up. Lowercase v is the same except a little smaller. Start at the top, go down and up. Start at the top, go down and up. Start at the top, go down and up. Letter V says V. All right, let's see. We have one more letter. We have a nut, 9, nose, nurse, and there's our nut again. What letter do those things start with? N, uppercase N. We start at the top, go down, back to the top, go down and up. Let's make two more. Start at the top, go down, back to the top, go down and up. Next one, start at the top, go down, go back up, down and up. Now lowercase n looks like this. We start at the top, go down and put a little hump on it. Start at the top, go down and put a little hump on it. Start at the top, go down and put a little hump on it. Wow, we just worked on lots of letters today. Good for you, friends, for keeping up with me. Next time, we will read another story. You are amazing, friends.